You're watching SBoy TV.
Who we got on the backdrop right now? Go ahead and introduce yourself to the people.
It was good. What's good? It's Joey Trey, straight from Illinois.
Illinois in the house. Okay.
Illinois in the building. Yep.
Okay. So, what was life like growing up in Illinois? What part though?
In the Chicagoland area.
Okay.
Yep.
What was life like growing up over there?
Oh yeah, pretty good. Pretty smooth. You know what I'm saying? Not too bad at all, honestly.
Okay. And when did you like how long did you stay there till when you moved here? Or?
Oh, I've been there pretty much my whole life up until I would say near the end of 2016. That's when I moved out here.
Okay. What made you move here?
Just different, different vibe, trying different scenery, different crowd, things like that, different environment.
So Chicago to Detroit. A lot of people say the cities are similar.
I mean, in a way they are. In some ways they are. Other ways, I've noticed some differences, and also noticed some similarities as well. Okay. Although, to be honest, when you going for a different vibe, like pretty much any city outside of the city you're used to living in will feel like a different vibe, especially when you first move there.
Yeah. Chicago pizza or Detroit pizza, man?
Oh, Chicago pizza.
You gonna say that on here like that, bro?
I got to, man. I got to be honest. When it comes to pizza, we unbeatable. I ain't gonna lie, we're unbeatable.
You know we got the power to put this out or not, right, man? No, I got to respect it. No, Chicago pizza is amazing. Detroit got good pizza too.
Yeah, y'all definitely got some good pizza too. I'm not even taking nothing away from y'all pizza.
No, you already took it away, bro.
Wow, just because I said we got the better pizza, I mean, it's true, bro.
All right, we number 2 though? Like,
oh, yeah, definitely.
Right, cool.
Definitely.
All right, we'll take number 2. It's all love. You know what I'm saying? No, that's dope. Okay, so what was you like in school though? Like, was you like heavy into sports? Was you locked into your education? Like, was you rapping in school? Like, what was life like up in that point?
I was definitely rapping in school. Mm-hmm. I dabbled in sports a little bit, but my main interest was always with like music and rapping. That's why I started out rapping. Okay. I started out when I first started writing music. I was definitely strictly rapping, and then way later down the road, I started going into R&B as well.
Sweet. Now, was you one of them people that used to beat on the desk in class and get to rapping, or?
No, I wasn't the one to do that. I think other people was doing it for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but you was getting your flows in with everybody though.
Mm-hmm.
That's sweet. Okay. So nobody really gonna be surprised that you a rapper now.
If they know me personally, they shouldn't be.
Yeah. No, that's sweet. Okay. Now, was you to yourself? Was you like real popular? Would you have like a big friend group? Like, what type of person was you in that aspect?
I didn't have a big friend group. I had a decent sized friend group. You know what I'm saying? Just me and just select few people. We hung out, things like that.
Sweet. Okay. A lot of people always say they started rap groups, everything like that. So I'm just gonna see if you had that type of experience.
I mean, I did. Like when I first started rapping, I kind of did, but then I kind of started doing my own thing. Why
do you think everybody started like that though? Like everybody starts like with a rap group. If they started young, everybody start with rapping with all their friends.
I don't know. I mean, I know a lot of people do it. Like a lot. Like even my dad told me that when he was coming up and he was rapping, that him and his friends, they had a group also. So I guess it's just I don't know. It's just. I guess you feel more comfortable when you rap when you're around other people that do it too. I guess.
Yeah,
that's the only reason I can think of for why a lot of people may start out doing that.
Yeah,
as opposed to starting out doing it themselves.
And like, not to be like negative, but it seemed like it never worked. Like it just really seemed like everybody just slowly ended up going their separate way. Some people just not end up rapping no more. Some people just take on a different lane.
It happens. I mean, that happens even even with the professional groups. They split up all the time. Yeah. I mean, it just happens. Eventually, people go their separate ways. They start doing their own thing, and sometimes I hate to say it, but sometimes, as much as you would like to take people with you, some people you just can't take with you.
That's real, and it hurt.
It do. Oh yeah.
It hurt.
It definitely hurts because you want to see everybody. You want to come up with everybody you started with, But sometimes life just doesn't. It just don't happen that way sometimes.
Yeah, I fell into that too. I was putting like a lot of energy and effort in to like a group and wanting the best for my friends, and it was just a waste of energy. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely feel that, but it's always good to just make new friends. You feel me? Meet new people. But I was so used to having like that set friend group, so I get it.
Yeah, and even like cause I had different rap groups like from the time I was coming up, like, cause I first started rapping when I was in middle school, so I had a rap group then. I had then when I got to high school, I didn't really have a group. I had like one or two other people that I rapped with, and then when I got to college, that's when I really started. That's when I really started like taking music really seriously. Mm-hmm. And the people, other individuals that I collaborated with, I rapped with or did music with, that it felt more real when I did that. And even today, I'm still cool with them.
Like, damn.
Yeah.
That's dope. Okay. I want to touch on what kind of inspired you to even get into music. Like, was it something in your family? Like, I know you said your dad was a rapper. Is that who inspired you? Or it just was in you? Like, it just started like it started?
When I started, honestly, I had rappers that I looked up to, that I listened to. But when I first started, I wasn't really so much thinking about them as much as I did when I got older. I just one day decided, I wrote a rap. Decided that I started doing more and more practicing and everything, and the more I did it, the more I just enjoyed it. Yeah. The more I enjoyed it, and then when I got older, then I definitely was drawing some inspiration from different rappers like Nas, Kendrick, Eminem, Tupac, J. Cole.
I hear it. I'm glad you said those artists, because I hear that in your vibe though. Like in the music, even the way you dress, the way you carry yourself, it just seemed like them the rappers that you like. not to be stereotypical though, real talk though.
No,
like,
yeah,
you feel what I'm saying? Like it seemed like you really care about the substance that's in the records, not just something that just turn you up, and just
right.
have you escaping. You know what I'm saying? Like it really seemed like you really passionate about this.
Oh yes.
And in that, my question to you is, how did you develop your sound? I know that had to take some time to get that together. Take me through that process.
Yes, it did. When I first, you know me as, I introduced myself as Joey Trey. That's my stage name. But, at one point in time, I went by a different name.
What's that?
When I first started rapping, I went by the name T Trace.
What?
Yeah, that name actually originated when I was in middle school, and it followed me all the way through, like from middle school to high school to college. Like it followed me all the way through, pretty much.
So it's people out here that still know you as T Trace.
Yeah, there's people that still call me T Trace. I'm not gonna lie, I hate it, but it's cool though. I understand it because that's how they know. That's what they know me as. But yeah, I definitely would prefer to go by Joey Trey. That's when I rebranded myself. That's when I was starting to like really find myself as an artist and develop. That's when I was really like developing my sound and my style. And I feel like it was time to evolve and grow. And the best way to do that was basically like one best way to do that was to change my artist name.
Yeah. So you would say T Trace and Joey Trey is two different people?
Oh yes, definitely.
Yeah. Now you still got music that's out to the public when you was T Trace?
Oh no, I took all that down.
Why you take it down, bro?
I'm not even gonna hold you up, bro.
That's the documentation, though. It showed the journey. Spit some T Trace bars. Let's hear some T Trace bars.
Hear that. I don't even want to hear that.
No, that's real though. Like, so even with the rebranding though, like, was it like hard for you to make that decision? Like, man, I gotta rebrand, or is it something like, nah, I need to rebrand. I gotta do this.
It was hard. I ain't gonna lie, it was hard only because the name has stuck with me for so long. But other than that, aside from that, it wasn't that hard. Aside from that, no. It needed to happen. Yeah. It needed to happen.
So Joey Trey though, so that name, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you always had that as an option when you was T Trace, or as soon as you got off T Trace, you like, I'm Joey Trey?
No, I mean, I had it as an option, but it wasn't until like later down the line though. Like for a long time, I was just T Trace. For a long time,
I don't know why that name just not hitting right now. I don't know.
It's really not.
And I'm being real though.
No. You good, bro? I agree with you. Like I agree 100%. Like it's not. No.
Yeah, I ain't feeling it.
I'm not either.
I'm glad you switched it up though.
I am too.
But was T Trace doing R&B though?
No, he was strictly rapping.
Okay, so Joey Trey, really old, different person. Okay. That's dope. So I'm glad you made that change. It could be more comfortable and confident in that space too. Have you ever thought about doing like clothing with that name on it though? I could see people rocking Joey Trey. You feel?
Honestly, yeah, I actually do have some Joey Trey shirts.
Okay.
And I'm in the process of getting some more made. I want to wait until it gets closer to the time from when I drop my new project that I'm working on. More on that later. But I definitely want to get some more Joey Trey merch out there. I'm not just doing shirts either. I'm doing like I do shirts, hats, mugs, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, for the smokers and lighters, you know what I'm saying? Like Joey Trey lighters. I'm trying to get a lot of different types of merch out there.
Sweet. Now, as an up-and-coming artist, man, I know it's some challenges. You know what I'm saying? It's not easy. And then technically you started as an up-and-coming artist in Chicago. Then you moved here as an up-and-coming artist in Detroit. So you really got to see both scenes, both music scenes, both underground music scenes. What has your experience been like as an up-and-coming artist? Do you feel like you got support here? Do you feel like it's a lot of opportunities here?
I feel like it's opportunities here, but you just gotta. It's a challenge finding the right ones, if that makes sense.
Break that down.
Like it can be depending on how you go about it. It can be very fruitful. Like anywhere you go, it doesn't matter what city you in, you can get opportunities. It just with this, especially in this day and age, there's so many like, what's the word I'm looking for? It's just so many like bogus opportunities, and being able to snuff those out, being able to like discern between those and the legitimate ones can be a struggle sometimes.
Yeah. Now you're not saying this as if you got scammed before. You just saying people be scamming.
I know people that be scamming. Yeah,
it is definitely a tough one out here. You feel me? But hey, what can we say, man? Everybody trying to make their money in a way, and some people go negative routes to get the money, and then some people do positive routes. However, you as the person, that's the artist that's seeking out, trying to get on, you definitely got to be sniffing these things out, writing it down. Like, yeah, let's X this person out, let's X this opportunity out, so you know, in a way to carry yourself. And then too, a team. Have you ever thought about having a management team or like a assistant or anybody that can be in that space for you to seek out them opportunities? Because it can kind of be draining for the artist to have to wear that hat and be like, man, it's a dirty game. I don't even know if I want to be in this.
Right.
Have you ever thought about a team?
A team would definitely help take the load off a little bit. It's just, I guess it's about just putting it together, putting the team together, basically.
Yeah.
I haven't really gotten around to doing that. So
it's going to come. Soon as you get busy, you're like, hey, man, I need somebody else to do this. I ain't got time to keep doing this. You know what I'm saying? And divide the task. A team is important. So at least you do value a team. Some artists be like, I don't need no team. I'm doing all this on my own. So that is good that you are open to it. You just haven't seeked it out yet. You know what I'm saying? So that's sweet. Okay. All right. Got somebody that's on the team. Okay. How would you describe the type of music you make?
So, like I said earlier, when I first started, I was just strictly rapping. So I would say at my core, I still am, since that was what I originated. That's what I started. That's how I got into music, was through rap. Majority of my music would be described as like, you know, hip hop. But then later I discovered that I'm also really good with making R&B tracks as well. So I delved into that. So I would say just basically the hip hop R&B hybrid, basically.
But even beyond just the genres and styles like that, I mean it more like you make feel good music. Do you make
I'll make
grime music? Do you make, you know what I'm saying? Like, is it gangster? Like, let the people know what it is.
So I definitely do make a lot of feel good music. I make a lot of just music that you can like, you know what I'm saying, bob your heads, you know what I'm saying, just groove to while you driving or while you at the crib or when you out, you know what I'm saying, doing whatever you're doing. Like I make music for different types of environments. I got my, your little bangers too, but for the most part I just make like feel good music and just music with a story behind it or conceptual music.
Mm-hmm.
And I ain't gonna lie, with the R&B, I make music for the ladies too. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have that,
For sure. Now, what you do to feel good though? You make the feel good music for the people, but what's some things you do to feel good? Like you somebody that go to therapy, you somebody that you just eat. Like what you like to do to get your mental right?
What do I like to do? I like to you know what I'm saying, definitely exercise, work out, getting into like doing like martial arts and things like that.
Oh, you about to tear somebody up. You ain't gonna need no security on the team, then. You good. Okay. You always just into martial arts or this something new?
I've always been into it, but I haven't but when I was younger I didn't really go into it. It's just like a here or there type thing. Mm-hmm. But as I got older, I started to enjoying it, doing it more. I was doing it more heavily before the pandemic came. When the pandemic came, I ain't gonna lie, I really slowed down on it tremendously. But I'm gonna get back into it.
What you good at that? Like what you know how to do? You know how to choke somebody out? You know how to break a face? What you know?
Mainly I used to do like I used to do like boxing. I used to do karate.
Yeah, but what you know how to do though? So we could go. We might have to go to war. What's up? Like we need to know what's Joey bringing to the table. Like
hands.
Okay, hands straight like that. Do you be watching boxing though? Is that like a sport you watch a lot too?
I used to watch it a lot more. I haven't watched it in a while, but I used to enjoy watching that. I used to enjoy watching UFC. Those are the main ones I used to watch.
Okay.
And outside of combat sports, I used to also enjoy watching like basketball, baseball.
For sure. Okay. All right. So I know we on sports, but I know you said you a hip hop man. You into hip hop, man. What do you think the top 5 artists is right now?
Of right now?
And it's tough because I know the people that you share that inspired you, and they can definitely be in your top 5, but some you can't even say right now.
Right, because right now, when you say right now, you're talking about current.
Yes.
Like, yeah, so with that, because I always have 2 different lists. I always have an all-time list and a right now list. So right now, I will give you number 1 will have to be Kendrick. Like, I have to have him as number, especially with recent. We're not even gonna get into that, but yeah, he's definitely number 1 right now. I could see him sitting at that spot for a while. After him, I would have to give it to Joyner Lucas. Gotta give it to Joyner Lucas. Like it was a toss up between them two, like back and forth. Like Joyner Lucas number 1, Kendrick number 1, Joyner Lucas number 1, Kendrick number. But yeah, I put Joyner at number 2. Number 3, I would have to say. Now this one is a toss up between J. Cole and Drake.
You ain't got to go in order though. Just
no order.
5, yeah.
Bet. All right, Kendrick, Joyner Lucas, J. Cole, Drake, and then I would have to go with for my number 5. I would have to go with John Connor.
So you're not gonna say Big Sean, bro? You in Detroit?
He's honorable mention. Like I definitely love Big Sean. He's honorable mention. Yeah, man. If I can get to honorable mentions, I'll say him.
Eminem.
I'll say
Eminem just dropped the album, bro.
Eminem is my all time.
Oh, I got you.
He's my all time. But for right now, I'll say honorable mention. I'll say Big Sean, Chance. Who else? I feel like I'm missing somebody, but I can't think of him right now, so I'm gonna just stop right there.
That's cool. There's some good honorable mentions though. Real talk. We just always got to put on for the city too, so we gonna push ours. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, you got to.
That's dope. Okay, even getting embodied into the culture scene here the music scene here from Chicago to Detroit. How's that process been like? Like, Detroit got a different style, different demeanor.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, do you just stay in your Chicago bag, or you do be kind of mixing the Detroit style into you too?
Oh yeah, I definitely mix the Detroit style into it. Cause I mean, being here long enough, you got to. I'm always gonna be in my Chicago bag, cause that's where that's my first home. But I definitely try to mix both styles in.
Yeah, oh, that's dope. So you a Chicago dude that also live in Detroit, right? That know how to fight. You something bad, brother. You something bad, dog. You might need to be a real boxer. That's a crazy combination. You know what I'm saying?
I don't want to go pro though. Music is that's my first love.
That's it. A lot of rappers are jumping in the ring too, though. So you might get a little fight with Blueface or something. Snap Dog or something.
I mean, we'll see.
All right, do you think you could who Snap Dog is?
I've heard of him before. I believe so. I've never seen him like in person, but I have heard that name before.
Yeah, so Snap Dog, he a boxer too. So he a rapper first before anything, but he did turn professional in boxing. He did a fight here. He won, knocked the dude out. You feel what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
So do you think that's a battle you can take on once you get right with the martial arts, though?
Once I get right with it?
I said once you get right.
I mean, who knows, bro? I'll say who knows.
Okay.
Like I said, once I get back into it, we'll see. But like I said, I really slowed down a lot since 2020.
Yeah.
Like, I really slowed down a lot. But I am going to get back into it, though, because that's one of my other loves. Music is my first love always, but that's definitely one of my other loves as well. So.
That's sweet. Okay. Let them know, man. You know what time it is. Okay, so what keeps you motivated to do music?
Shit. Aside from the artists that I named, I would say other things that motivates me to do music is just telling my story. You know what I'm saying? Getting my messages out there. You know what I mean? It's so many artists out here who just make music just for the hell of it, but not. You can tell the ones who really put their heart into it and those who just
doing it.
Yeah.
And it's tough. So how do you go about that with features? Like, do you want to only work with people that's doing it because they love this, or you don't mind working with somebody that's just doing it to do it?
I don't mind working with people who do it just to do it. I prefer to do it with those who collab with those who take it seriously. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I am open to doing a collab with someone who may not take it as seriously. I'm open to both, but I prefer to do it with those who take it seriously.
Yeah. Speaking of taking it serious too, man. You gotta do performances, man. Like working on your stage presence. Do you be practicing in the mirror? Like, have you got on the stage before? Like, what got you together for the stage?
I used to practice in front of the mirror. I haven't done that in a while, but I just, you know what I'm saying? Usually when I go through the songs I'm gonna perform, once I get that going, one thing I do is constantly listen to the song, make sure I don't forget my own damn words. Because, that's a possibility too, and I don't want to be one of those artists that do that. So
right.
I definitely got to make sure I tighten up, make sure I remember my lyrics and everything. And it's honestly harder for me to memorize my lyrics than it is for me to write them.
Why do you think that is?
I have no idea.
Just how the brain
That's
works.
just how it is, man.
So just be how it is, man. So even with the performances, have you did any performances yet? Like here in the city?
Oh yeah, I've done plenty. Like since I've been living out here, I haven't done too many this year, but in years past, I've definitely done quite a decent amount.
You slowing up, man? What's up, man? You slowing up on the martial arts? Then you telling me you slowing up the performances? Let's go! It's go time, man.
You're right, man. Lately I just been locked in, just working on my project, and just
gotcha. That's
been a process in itself.
Yeah,
like you don't understand how tough that process has been. And I know it's coming out next year. It is coming out next year.
Let's be a little clear, because next year can sound like a full year from now. So you got like a little month next year? Like, can we get like this a January next year, or this really
no. It's like summer next year.
Oh, so it is an August next year type vibe.
Or it might be before August. It might be like.
I'm saying it's like a full year.
Yeah, okay. It might be between June and July.
Okay. I mean, I do think artists should take time. Like, take your time with it. Through this process, are you still gonna be dropping singles or anything? Or
Oh yes.
okay.
Oh yes.
All right. So as long as you still keep your face on the scene, keep feeding them things, that's gonna be dope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I've dropped 5 singles from the project so far.
And they've been responding pretty well to it.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. Okay.
Oh yeah.
So the project, you might have to push it out a little earlier then, man. If they own it like that, you might have to make June, July be like March. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
man.
We'll see though.
If I could get it done by then, the sooner I get it finished up, that's when I'll give it to everybody.
Sweet.
If it's in May, if it's in April, around that time, like I'll definitely be open to pushing up the release date.
Sweet. Okay. Even getting connected, man. Like, are you big on networking?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I love networking. I love meeting new people, making new connections, things like that, building relationships.
Yeah.
I think that's very important, especially in this type of industry.
That's the name of the game. Like, you got to get connected, especially here in Detroit, man. You must be on the scene. Like, you must be on the scene. And the only way to be on the scene is to get out here, figure out what's going on, establish yourself, be yourself as well, too, while you're doing it, though. So, because people respect realness here. You know what I'm saying? Like, being yourself, showing up authentically, you feel me? That's what's going to set it off. You know what I'm saying? So, that's dope. I do see that you do that through your platform already. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like you are the same person that you showed up as today, which is major, and we don't see that a lot of times. So that's really good, though. You know what I'm saying? Just keep pushing it, you feel me, and your time go come. You know what I'm saying? Straight like that. So any advice you got for any up-and-coming artists?
I'll say definitely stay consistent. Definitely keep pushing your sound. Keep doing you. Definitely don't be afraid to try different things, new things like that. Also, another thing, know your worth, know your value.
Break that down.
Because oftentimes people will try to determine what your worth is, what your value is, especially in regards to like performances and things like that. You know, like I'm really big on like when you're an up and coming artist, yeah, you not on a level of J. Cole or Drake. You know what I'm saying? You're not on that level. You still starting out, and you have to basically some people act like they don't. Man, I ain't got to prove nothing to nobody. Yes, you do. If you starting out, yes, it don't matter how talented you are. It doesn't matter how good you are, how much work you put in. You're new to everybody, so you gotta prove to them why you deserve to be in the talks, in the same conversations with people like J. Cole and Kendrick and Drake and all them. You gotta show them why you deserve to be in that conversation. And when you starting out, you can't expect people to just give you everything. You gotta work for it. But at the same time, also knowing your worth and not letting anyone try to get down on you. And what I mean by that is, like if you doing a show or you trying to do like find shows to do, performances to do, things like that. Like I said, coming out the gate, you can't expect people to be like throwing money your way. You know what I'm saying? If they do, that's cool. Because I know me personally, I've done a few shows before in years past where I got paid. But for the most part, when you start out, you can't be chasing the money necessarily. You just gotta chase the consistency, and the money will come later. Mm-hmm. But while doing that, you shouldn't give your money away to people for things that you shouldn't have to give your money away for. And one of those things is performances. Mm-hmm. Like, a lot of people like to try to, charge artists to perform at different events and things like that. And I get it, they're trying to make their money back for the events, but I personally feel like as an artist, no matter what level you on, you shouldn't have to pay to perform. Like, you not gonna be able to get paid to perform right away, but I feel like it's better to perform and not get paid than to pay to perform, in my opinion. And what I mean by that is like, all them like ridiculous. Like I'm not talking about like little ass fees here, and I'm talking about like the big ass performance fees that they be trying to tax you. They be trying to tax the fuck out of artists, and I don't get down with that. Like I don't mind like paying like a little entry fee. Like certain venues, certain shows require like an entry fee to get in. That's cool. That $10, $15, $20, like that's nothing. I don't mind that. It's just the paying the ridiculous amount of money to perform.
Yeah.
And I don't really rock with that.
Okay. So me, I could feel how you feel on that. You know what I'm saying? But I would say if I'm playing devil's advocate, in their shoes, they probably feel as if we're bringing a crowd out and we're giving you an opportunity. You should be paying to be able to expose yourself to our crowd.
And I feel you on that. But my thing is this though, because you can get exposure, like I said, at any show you do, right? And not everybody charges artists to perform, right? Mm-hmm. So my thing is, why pay for something that you can get somewhere else for free?
And I think that they will say, well, go to the free ones.
And I will.
And you will. So it's like everybody even, you know what I'm saying? But no, I feel you though. Seriously. Even as an up and coming artist, man, I know that it could be a challenge. Like to really get out here and do what you gotta do. But I think what trumps all of this is the value that you bring. You gotta have some type of value where no matter what their policy is or what their plan was, to pay an artist or not pay artists regardless, or have an artist pay or not pay regardless, the value that you bring is going to be negotiable, where they're not going to be able to talk to you crazy with that type of opportunity. You get what I'm saying? There's opportunities for certain people. You just got to be the person that get a different type of opportunity given to you. That's how I look at it. And I think it should really be turned to motivation. And that's my message to a lot of up-and-coming artists. Just keep going hard. Mm-hmm. Just keep going hard.
That's all you got to do.
Because the same people that's going to want you to pay them, they're going to be trying to pay you. Yeah. And then you in control of whatever price you want to set. Payback. You know what I'm saying? Payback, man. I'm petty, though, so don't go off me, you know. But
that's wild, bro. He said payback.
So what's your why, though? Like, why do you do the things you do? It could be separate from music, man. Like as far as even how you carry yourself, like, what's that push? What's your why? What you doing this for?
I'm doing this for those who may not have a voice, to, you know what I'm saying, to project. I mean, we all project our voice through different avenues. Some do it through, public speaking. Some do it through sports. They express themselves that way. Some do it through music. I feel like my best avenue is using it through music because I'm a creative person. I've always have been, and that's always been the best way for me to express my thoughts, my feelings, things like that. I'll say things in my music that I may not necessarily be able to say like just in a regular conversation. So I just tell it, I just basically just do it through the music.
It's fire. To be my favorite artist. It's like we friends. Like I hear what you really want to say on the track, but it's like I can't really meet you, but like I can get to know you through the music. So
you can get to know me through the music.
That's fire.
That's one of the best ways to get to know me is through the music.
Sweet. Okay. Speaking of the music, man, what can we expect for the rest of this year?
For the rest of this year, actually, speaking of, I remember on the topic of singles, I actually just dropped a new single from the upcoming album. I dropped it yesterday. And on all streaming platforms. For the rest of this year, I plan on pushing that single. And then I'm also planning on getting more content relating to that single out there, while at the same time also still pushing my previous single as well.
Got you.
So basically, I'm gonna spend the rest of this year pushing this new single and my last drop, basically.
Simple. And we're gonna push it through. You know what I'm saying? And next year they know the project coming. You already let them know some insight on that. So let the people know, man, where they can follow you at so they can stay connected with you, and let them know the single that you just dropped yesterday so they can check it out.
Bet. So you can follow me on Instagram at Joey TR3 Music. All one word. Joey Trey Music, but with the 3. You can follow me on Spotify, YouTube, iTunes, all that as Joey Trey with an apostrophe. And I would say for the new single, it's called Ready to Work, because I'm always ready to work. I'm always right down, and that's also how I'm always down to work with whoever. Whenever you're ready, what I'm saying, just let me know. I'm always open to collabs, features, things like that. It's actually the intro. It's going to be the intro song on the project.
Mm-hmm.
And that's that. I just dropped the song on all streaming platforms yesterday. You can check it out anywhere, wherever you listen to your music at, whether you be your Spotify, your Tidal, your iTunes, all that. Wherever you listen to music at, wherever platform you listen to music at is there. So definitely check it out. Continue to stream my other music as well. Show me some love, and let's just keep going hard. Like, I'm gonna keep going hard, and I advise any other artist who's doing this to keep going hard as well.
Ready to work.
Ready to work. Yep.
Let's do it, man. We out.